types of tenses. Here also today, I'm going to deal with all the tenses which are applicable for voicing. So one by one, we will look into different types of sentences based on different tenses, and we'll try to change the voices. Why we are doing this, you will understand now very soon, okay? Because things are not as simple as it seems. It's not always that it's okay, ma'am has given a sentence, we need to change it to passive. I'll put the subject, push the subject and bring the object in at the beginning, then that is done. No, there are a lot of complications inside that, right? Because you might get any type of sentence. So these are the rules. Active voice, passive voice rules. If an active sentence has subject, verb plus object structure in the present simple tense, it will get changed to object plus is or am or are plus V3. V3 means the participle form of the verb. Most of the times when we are changing active voice to passive voice, during that time, the verb will get changed to participle form, right? So these are the rules. This is a very nice PPT. I am going to share the notes also with you. If you are reading it from there, you will never go wrong in your active voice, passive voice structure, right? We have examples based on that. For example, he reads a novel. Okay, he reads a novel. You can match it with the formula given above. He reads a novel. In passive, it will become a novel is read. Read is the V3. Read by him. Read by him. By him is missing there. You need to put there. Okay. Then you can also get something like this. Just keep in mind that we are dealing with present, simple present sentences. Somebody can give you a question like this also. He doesn't cook food. Then how will you change it? Food. You will take the object and bring and keep it in the first. Food. Is not, does not will become is not or am not or are not, depending on the sentence, right? Is not cooked by him. Is not cooked by him. You match it with the rule over there. Now, what about the questions? Simple present time question sentences. Does he purchase books? Does he purchase books? Then you have to bring the books at the beginning. But before that, since you are making it a question, that too for simple present tenses, you have to write are, because books are plural, right? Are books purchased by him? Are books, you see here, the last rule, passive voice, last rule, are books purchased by him, right? That is how you are going to study, okay? We have rules for different types of sentences. Now, let's come to the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense, more or less, same things are there. The only difference is you need to add a being there, B-E-I-N-G, in passive sentences. Always, whenever you are converting active present continuous tenses to passive present continuous tenses, that time you have to add being there, except for the question mark sentences. No, question mark also, it is, yeah, for any type of sentences. If it is in the continuous form, then in the passive form, you have to include a being there. You see the second example there. Kritika is not chopping vegetables. Kritika is not chopping vegetables. Vegetables are not being chopped by Kritika. Vegetables are plural. Remember, Kritika is not chopping vegetable. Why there is? Because is for Kritika. Subject is singular there. That's why we used is. But when we are changing it to passive sentence, then the object here is vegetables, and vegetables is plural. That's why we are making use of are. Since it is a negative sentence, not will be retained, are not. You cannot write vegetables are not chopping by Kritika. No, that is wrong. You need to know the rule here. Here you should write vegetables are not being chopped by Kritika. Things are not as simple as they look. When you are changing it to passive, this is a continuous tense. Always remember you need to add being, B-E-I-N-G, being. Vegetables are not being chopped by Kritika. Rest is same, right? Similarly, if it is a question, is Ritika buying a table? Then you need to write, is a table being bought by Ritika? Why bought? Because you see the rule here. Bought, you need to write V3. You need to make use of V3, right? Always. Now, you see here. Just relate it to the rule. Next is present perfect tenses. Present perfect tenses. Now, I told you that for continuous, you need to add being there, B-E-I-N-G. For present perfect tenses, when you are changing it to passive sentences, that time you need to add B-E-E-N, bin, B-E-E-N, bin. And whenever you have a perfect sentence, how do you know that this is a perfect sentence? It will have has or have. Any sentence, if it is having has or have, that means that it is in the perfective form. It is in the perfective form, right? When you have such type of sentences in present perfect tense, that time you need to add has or have will be there, okay? Then you need to add been plus V3 plus the subject. So see here, the first sentence, Nitesh has challenged her. Nitesh has challenged her. This is a sentence from present perfect tense, right? How will you change it? She has been challenged by Nitesh. Has or have will be there since it is perfect, and there will be a been there, B-E-E-N, been. Okay? The same way you will be doing it for question marks and other sentences. Now, I told you that tenses have generally, each of them, like present, past, and future, they have, one of them have four categories. Simple present tense, simple continuous, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. But you don't have a voice changing activity for present, these perfect continuous tenses. That's why they are not listed here. So you will just keep these in mind, okay? Whatever is given in the notes, till there you will be studying. Okay. Now, till now we were in present tense, present simple present tense, present continuous, and present perfective. Then come to the past simple tense. Okay, things are all similar, almost similar. The continuous being will be there, perfective been will be there. Those are similar. Here the major change is in terms of the verb. Okay, in terms of the verb. That too, already since it is past, most of the time you will get V2, right? Verb 2 you will get, he ate an apple. An apple was eaten by him. So it will be was, not is. That those are will become were. Those are the only differences. So you see here, Rima cleaned the floor. The floor was cleaned by Rima. No fancy things there. Just is becomes was. Okay. In present tense, it was is. In past tense, it is was. No been being is required as far as the sentence is in simple form. Rest of the things are same only. Okay, just you need to take care of the verb. Then let's see example of here in active sentence. It's like subject plus was or were plus verb 1 plus ing plus object. Okay. So Nitika was painting the wall. The wall was being painted by Nitika. Remember, continuous means it has to take being, B-E-I-N-G, being painted by Nitika. Let's take a question sentence in past continuous tense. Were you reciting the poem? Was the poem being recited? See this, the grammar, the verb form is changing, right? B1 is becoming, yes. Yes?
Shouldn't it be was the poem being recited by you, or is it just was the poem being recited?
Yes, can you be a little clear?
No, ma'am, I was asking that the question is like, were you reciting the poem? So shouldn't the answer be was the poem being recited by you, or should we end it at was the poem being recited?
No, by you. See, nowadays, by you and all those things in modern English we don't use. We assume that it's already there. That's why it is not written there. Okay. Remember when we were discussing this part also in the beginning, that by was not there. You see, he reads a novel is read. Okay, so, but you need to write by, right? Somewhere it is missing, but you have to write. By, we already assume it is there, but for your exam, don't miss this part. Okay, you have to write by, definitely. Subject should be there, right? So you have to write that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So, where were we? Okay. So was the poem being recited by you, by you? Okay, by you, right? By you is not written here, but you have to write. If there is a subject, then definitely you have to give that subject. Don't miss any slot. Every slot should be filled with appropriate grammatical features. Okay. Now, past perfect tense. See here. Past perfect tense means the verb will be in the past tense. There will be a had, not has or have. Has or have is only for present tenses. In past tense, it becomes had. And since it is perfect, so had will be there and the verb will be in the past form. So see this, take this sentence. Misha had cleaned the floor. The floor had been cleaned by Misha. Since it is already in the past tense, had is already there. So had been cleaned by Misha. Right? Take this question sentence there. Past perfect question sentence. Had they caught the thief? Had the thief been caught by them? Been, B-E-E-N. Perfective means been. Perfective means B-E-E-N. Has, have, had, whatever it is, with that B-E-E-N. Never forget. Had the thief been caught by them? Okay. So that is how. Read the rules. Check for the examples. Even if, see, I'll tell you something. Since I am from arts background totally, so whenever I see such kind of rules, this plus, plus, minus, minus, whatever, these things, whenever I see, I get confused. Just I'm telling you. So a person like me will read the examples. I usually do like this. But you are technical people. I don't think this is difficult for you. So you can go either way. Either you remember these example wise you can remember, or else rule wise also remember. But in my head, my rules are intact. In any way, rules will be intact. Whenever you are reading the examples also, you have to consider the rules. So I would suggest for you, it should not be any problem. Read the rules. With the rules, you look for these examples. And then at the end of the day, you'll find it very easy. You don't have to all the time exactly remember V3, V1 and all. Automatically it will come to you, right? Whatever whichever way suits you, you just follow that. Like things have been made very, very convenient for you. It has been nicely categorized with rules, with example for each one of them. So there should not be any problem. Now, the last one, the trickiest of all, the future tense, but it's not as complicated because till now you know how it's working, right? So future, usually what happens, you have a will there. Whenever we talk about future, there will be a will or a shall or a might, right? All those modal verbs will be there, would, something like that. So when you will be changing them to passive sentences, that time also there will be a will there. Will be in the active also, in the passive also. Don't miss out that. With that, there will be verbal changes. Verbal changes. V1 will become V3. V1 is the present form of the verb. V3 is the participle form of the verb. Okay. So Kriya will sew the bag. The bag will be sewed by Kriya. Right? Basic thing is that object will come first, subject will go there. First thing you will do. Then you will look for the tense. You identified this is a future simple tense. There is a will. The bag will be. Okay. Another thing. Okay. Don't miss out this. In future tenses, there is a be there. Just be in passive sentences. Always. Whether it is a question mark, whether it is a negative sentence, whether it is a positive statement, whatever it is, in future passive form with will, you have to attach a be, be. For example, you see here, they will post the letter. They will post the letter. The letter will be posted by them. By them. Okay, by them again, here it is not there, but the letter will be posted by them. So will be there. You cannot simply write the letter will posted by them. No. When you are changing it to passive voice, you have to write a be there. The letter will be posted by them. Right? Now let's take a question. Will you mop the floor? Will the floor be mopped by you? Will the floor be... I mean, who talks like that, right? But still, you can get a question like that. Okay? Will the floor be mopped by you? Right? You see, just little bit of changes definitely you have to make. Will come at, in the beginning there because you are making it a question. Whenever there is a question, whenever you have question sentences, that time when you are changing it to a passive sentence, you have to keep in mind that this first part will be the same, the first word, which shows that it is a question. That will be in the beginning, then the object, then since it is future, where you will keep the be. You have to keep it in the middle, be mopped by you. Okay? In the rules, it is given very clearly. Will plus object plus be plus V3 plus by plus subject. You see. Now, the last one is the future perfect tense. Okay, now if I close my eyes, you need to do like this only. You close your eyes and remember the things. Future means there will be a will there. Perfect means there will be have there, right? Have there or has there. And that's all, okay, in active sentence. When I am changing it to passive sentence, a future tense, when a perfect tense, when it gets changed to a future perfect tense in passive, that time you need to write will have been. Will have been. Will be there. I don't know where you will put it. Depends on the structure. There will be a have. There will not be simple be. There will be been. Because remember, I told you perfect tenses will always take been. And you cannot have be and been both. You will only have B-E-E-N, been. That is the only difference. Now, see this sentence. They will have brought the toy. They will have brought the toy. The toy will have been brought by them. The toy will have been brought by them. This is not a very usual sentence. We generally use the toy would have been brought by them. But see my suggestion would be you see the question. If would is given there, you make use of would. If will is given there, make use of will. There is no problem at all, right? The toy will have been brought by them. Now you see, will she have written the notes? Will the notes have been written by her? Okay, so like this, you need to study. Now we have left these tenses. These tenses have no passive voice formation. Present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense, and even future continuous tense. They don't have passive counterparts. So we are not bothered about these tenses as far as voicing rules are concerned, right? Now let's have a quick look into the passive voice plus models. See, these are the same things which we have done so far. Just we'll see. They don't have any specific rules as such. Just you need to remember these features. Modal verbs, I think you know that it's the modal verbs are your can, may, might, should, shall, all of those, right? Now, if in active voice you have, they can't open the case, then in passive voice, it will become the case can't be opened. So there is no have, all those things are there, right? In modal verbs also, mostly it is almost it is same. You need to follow the rules which have been given there. Okay? The doctor might not do the operation. The operation might not be done by the doctor. Why be? Because it's in the future tense, right? Always they are in the future tenses. That's why we make use of be. But if it is a perfect future